Alrighty, mics are hot. We are ready to kick it. I just saw that picture you posted in about the iOS 17 compatible devices.
Mm-hmm.
And why does a lot of these have 4 different fucking
Versions.
Yeah, dude, like what? There's iPhone 14, 14 Plus, 14 Pro, 14 Pro Max. Fam, you have analytics. What's being sold the most, right? What size is being sold the most? Make that for the next one. Just one iPhone 15. Why are we making
I
7
guess they're
different?
trying to cover every price range,
Ugh,
so no one gets left behind.
I don't know. That's not enough for me here. Goodness. I guess they started it. It looks like they started it right away because even iPhone 10 has 3 different ones. Pro
Nowadays,
Max.
the Google's the same thing. They do the regular one, then XL or Pro, and then the A version.
Oh, they do. You're right. I mean, it worked for Apple, so might as well follow. It ain't broke. We could sell 17 different freaking SKUs. Whatever. We sat down and watched the presentation for the AR headset they were doing today, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, dude. What a debauchery.
Another waste of time.
Oof. You know the price for it?
I'm assuming 3,000.
Yeah, a little higher.
2,000.
What? It's 3,500. 3,500.
I wasn't too far off.
That's why I said it's a little over. It's a little higher. There's some really funny parts that as I was watching it and they had making these like claims, I'm like, fam, for that amount of money, it better do what they're saying. They made it seem like it's headline news, and I'm like, no, that should be normal. Like that should be without being said, right?
Chargeable.
Yeah, dude, you should have seen the battery they showed. Like it looks like it's proprietary. Like battery banks don't exist already.
Hmm.
You can't just USB-C to whatever fucking weird shit you attach to the side of your headset.
That's just stupid what you said.
You know, and it looks like it's what are those things that you like? Not the IVs, like the sensors for that you would put on your, like in the medical. I don't know if it punctures your skin or not, but like the sensors they would use for heart monitoring and stuff. I don't know if it's. It looks like something that would lock in. Say again.
I said no, it doesn't puncture your skin.
Yeah, like that. But it looks like those, like you would attach to your body. That's what it looks like on the headset, like on the side for the power source. And I'm like, fam, you could have just USB-C in that location and been fine. Nah, we got to be different, Doug. Our design, revolutionary.
Our design, 60 pounds.
Yeah. I saw
There's
this.
still a neck brace too, 300.
I saw this Bloomberg video on the headset, and they were following the stock as the whole presentation were going, and it all just kept going down. Granted, not huge down, like I think it was 3% down the entire. It just kept getting worse and worse as the presentation for the headset went on. So I'm like, damn, the investors are not happy. The Bloomberg, I think they guess. I don't know if it was guessing or they know that it went down because they're not confident that making it that price, making it only available to US at launch, and it's not even coming out this year. So I'm assuming the investors like saying, "What the heck are we? What are we doing here?"
I don't know.
That's so wild.
I don't get it.
What are you watching there, bro?
Not watching. I was finishing up a mission in Midnight Suns.
Oof, that's the best. Because there's also like uh pre and post mission that you have to like deal with, so you don't forget the next time you just load it up.
And then you're accidentally in another mission.
And another.
You forget you're trying to stop.
Yep, those are hard facts right there. The hardest of facts. I mean, we should go ahead and just start with what we came here to do, right? It's time to talk Spidey. Right.
No, I'm done. I quit.
Okay. I mean, but it's time to talk Spidey, right? There's two things. There's two prevalent things I really do want to talk about: Spidey, and then what do we think is going to be shown at Summer Game Fest and the Xbox Showcase. That's all happening with by the time we do the next show. You know.
What's next? It'd be the 13th. The Capcom one's on Monday.
Yeah, you said the 13th. What are you talking about?
Next Tuesday.
What about next Tuesday?
That's
When we're
the
doing
next
it?
show we're doing.
Yes. Sorry. I'm like, what? I thought you were talking
This
about.
guy's tweaking right now, dude.
I mean, they call me the optimizer. I got to tweak to optimize. That's pretty good, right? Anywho, Spidey. Spidey Across the Spideyverse Part 1, which would have been great for marketing. Where do we start? I know where we can start. We can start with Brian here. Your favorite Spidey, go.
Favorite Spidey? The way that they were depicted, or just in general?
What you saw in the movie?
Favorite was definitely. I mean, that's already a spoiler. I don't know what's in the trailer, so I don't know if what I say is a spoiler.
Oh, then here we go. Ready? If you have not seen Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, fast forward to insert time here. Don't know. We're going to be talking about it the entire time. Don't want any spoilers. Go watch it because you should have been watching it already. It's been a week since release. You had 7 days to go to the theater. Get to the theater and watch it. That's your spoiler warning. And 3, 2, 1, we're in it. Go for it.
A hobby. It was definitely, or hobby, whatever you want to pronounce, is my favorite. But normally, my favorite Spider clone is Ben Reilly. My favorite Spidey is Ben Reilly.
They were both in it. So what?
Yeah, but the thing is, they overdid they turned his depression into like an emo
joke. Oh,
yeah. For his hobby, I mean, or hobby, that accent usually don't win me over.
it's not like you sold you on the accent because they also turned his anti-government to a joke. It was literally everything that he spoke
They turned that into a
was.
joke as well, but the way they did it, along with his role in the movie, I was like, that's a real one right there.
Okay.
That's how I felt. Like the entire time, everyone else is tiptoeing around specific things and just letting the boy down, but he stood with he did what he did what he stands by, and then he kept that same energy throughout the whole time he was on screen.
Oh, okay. What was I gonna mention? Randall, your favorite Spidey, go.
Miles.
Miles, what a safe answer, Randall. That's not even the correct answer. The correct answer is Mayday. That's probably spoilers for the second one. Anyway, what was I gonna mention?
Why is he your favorite?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess maybe because I always thought he was cool. I like his abilities. I like the fact that he's not like Peter. Like he doesn't just have the same abilities that Peter has. He has the invisibility and electricity.
I can see that. I can see that. Like, it's better. It's better not to have like a carbon copy like Ryu and Ken. Not. I mean, they have their own thing, but
technically you can't see it, Anthony, because he was invisible, so you can't actually see it.
You're right. So you like the? Do you like the invisible stuff or the electrical power more?
Probably electricity.
Nice.
Also because he's from Brooklyn.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, he is Brooklyn.
Where I'm from. Oh, where I grew up. I like his original suit too. I think it's really cool. The graffiti one with the Air Force Ones.
Oh okay. Oh, they did change it this time. You're right.
To the
bleeding
armpit blood.
Yeah. No, but I didn't notice he doesn't have the Jordans anymore.
His roommate had him on.
But I mean, he
wore
them.
He changes still, but then he puts them back on when he goes back to civilian. I thought no. I'm trying to think of when they're hanging upside down. Does he have shoes on? When they're throwing the needle?
He don't. That's what I remembered. And I think in the first, what you're saying is in the first one, he had it on as part of his suit,
Yeah,
right? Okay.
Yeah.
I need to rewatch the first one again.
I miss the ones and the jacket combo with the suit. That'd be me if I was. I wouldn't have. I'd have one. I wouldn't have. I would probably have ones. But it'd be the same thing but different color scheme probably.
What colors would you put instead?
Maybe some combination of black, white, and green.
Okay. I was about to say, if you would have said it's black, red, and like a different color, like that's the majority of what he has now.
No.
Black, white, and green. Isn't that like the Mark II or something?
The Mark II, I thought was just primarily fucking
Silver?
black and gold, isn't it? Or am I thinking of the 4?
Yeah, I don't know. I was surprised they didn't show off. I think it's Superior Spider-Man. That'd have been cool. But maybe he might show up in the next one.
Go with the Cockadoc.
Yeah. Cock Doc? That's your. So he just performs vasectomies or
He fixes penises.
when they're broken or they need enlargement, shortening?
Whatever they need. He's the doc. He's
Oh.
the doc of the cock.
I love that. I mean, technically, there's a universe where that's his name, or hers, because we saw Lady Ock. So
We saw Miss Mysterio.
no, but I mean the
Oh, no,
first one we saw.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
I think you meant in this one.
No.
What's your favorite Spidey, Anthony? Is that actually Mayday?
From this movie, yes, but in general, it's Superior Spider-Man. It's Doc Ock as Spidey. But I mean,
Okay.
in this movie, it's Mayday because I know I know what's going to happen. So, unfortunately,
You don't know what's gonna happen, Anthony.
that's true. They could change some stuff.
Yeah, shut the hell up.
You're right. You're right.
Mr. I can see that talking about invisibility.
I mean, sometimes you can feel it.
Go ahead, Randall.
What?
Humble him.
The beanie.
What?
The
She's
beanie.
talking shit.
Oh, yeah. She said your beanie, and that's it, and smiled.
It sound like I'm looking good, thing.
And she just threw up the gang signs, or you guys both threw up
That's
gang
Amazon.
signs. Okay. Hey, this is for the audio listeners.
Yeah, I forgot and I said it out loud, so I have to finish.
What?
She said it out loud, and she has to finish it. Alrighty. What are we talking about?
You pretending you know what you know.
Oh, okay. And then, I mean, like you mentioned, they could change it. They could change a lot of it.
They already did, kind of. Push his glasses.
Oh, let them know. Flex on them.
Shit. I can't say because I don't know if it's. I mean, we're talking about spoilers, but there's a whole. There's one part that I'm looking forward to. I don't know if they're gonna introduce it as like a shocker thing, which I think it makes sense that they didn't show it in the first half because, right now, they're not really trying to dispel Miguel's theory as to X things need to be constant.
Yeah.
So that being said, I'm waiting for in the second movie, spoilers as well to the people who didn't read, I was gonna say Into the Spider-Verse. They didn't read the comic equivalent of the storyline, but I'm waiting for Uncle Ben.
Uh-huh. Uncle Ben. It's gonna be cool. I'm hoping they showed all of that. I mean, they did a really good job with setting us up with all the possibilities and canon events and stuff like that. So, I don't know how long they're gonna dwell on the sad canon events. Like they gave us like that nice overview for everybody to explain how this stuff works in terms of how the Spider-Man's made, what makes us, and things like that. And they did a great job for us to like, hey, this is how it works. Here's the timelines that you mentioned, and this is how we as Spider-Man with the webs and stuff have to keep the timelines correct. And I'm like, that's a really cool way to present it to people, even for kids. Because I mean, the movies, both of them are very kid friendly, like super vibrant. A lot of kids are gonna come to see it. It's easy to digest that kind of information.
I don't think. I have a feeling they're not going to dwell on it too much because so far each Spidey that we've seen has had that moment. Miles had it with his uncle.
Yeah.
The only other time they would probably do it is if the prophecy goes off and Papa be dead.
Yeah, and same with Gwen's dad. Like that's the hope that they left with. It was like, oh, Gwen's like, it doesn't look like she's gonna suffer the same fate because he decided to leave the Force. So we'll see. if that's the case for non-spoilers, but we'll it might still trigger, but we don't know. But I guess we're going back to talk about it. Just like the first one, almost every single frame of this movie is just a work of art. They've had the attention to detail between, especially like in Gwen's, pretty much arc. Like this seems like it was more of a Gwen movie anyway. But when she was in her dimension, I guess, like talking to the dad, or anytime she was in her universe with the whole pastel colors changing depending on the type of scene or the mood she was in and stuff, like, looks great. Same with Hobby when he was literally crashing into the scene. It is chaos. He is framed. All of him is just anti everything. Different parts of his body are rendered differently, or drawn. I don't know how they were animating him, but all of it is just so personalized per Spidey in terms of visually and audio. Like they took the time, just like in the first one, but implemented it with a ton more Spideys. You know what I'm saying?
The interesting thing is that, like, with so many different styles in one scene, it never felt like it was clashing or too much.
Yeah.
That being said, if you're on anything, if you're inebriated while watching this movie, you're gonna think you're somewhere, you don't know what to do.
Yeah,
I can imagine.
I can only imagine you're on cloud nine. Like if you're in cloud mode and watching this movie, you're gonna freak out because they've not only kept like the vibrancy and stuff and the high, intense drawing, different art styles. There's action sequences where there's not even cuts. Like it's just one whole sequence of them like swinging around the city or doing crazy like combat maneuvers, platforming, and it's like, whoa, you are going to feel like you're flying through this. And the music too, because you're in cloud mode, like there's some sharp sounds, like they reuse a lot of the Prowlers. They remix. It sounds like like that loud, and then like for Miguel when he's chasing after him, it's like a villain's chasing after him, and it's such intense sound and visuals. Like all of it is, when it gets intense, and then when it's supposed to be calm, it's some great shots. I'd say shots, but like just great drawings, I guess, right? Which is really cool. Yeah, there was one, I think the slow motion shot of, I think it was him falling through. I think it was during the chase scene, like the chasing in Nueva York, which is Miguel's New York, I guess. And they get to like the sub area, and he breaks through, and it's like this red light coming through, and it's him falling backwards, and like the rest of the Spideys coming in. It was like in slow motion. I was like, that was so sick. And even the slow scene with him and Gwen, and she walks upside down, and the camera shifts over slowly with her. I'm like, come on, these people are just eating right now, dude.
It was a good establishing shot too. So when it was like the Inception dreidel, if you see her bun up upside down, and even they used the same trick when they went up into the Spider Society.
Oh yeah, you can tell they were upside down as they were going up. Yeah,
which I thought was cool. Man, this movie is just such a fucking treat, and apparently the runtime was 2 hours plus, but it did not feel like that.
Too much is happening, and that's a good thing.
They could have thrown in a whole another hour, and I wouldn't have noticed.
Yo, I would have been there. They'd been like, hey, if this was longer than Lord of the Rings, I would have been like, sure, no problem, dude.
I wouldn't have known.
Yeah. It's one of those things where I would have backed it. Like, you know how Snyder did the 4-hour thing, and it turned out to be really cool? Like, his 4-hour cut was like, oh, this is actually pretty cool. I would have done the same thing with this. A 4-hour Spider-Verse movie, I would have been there. No problem.
This shit did not overstay its welcome. I don't remember there being a scene that I'm like...
Same. Mostly because there's so much stuff so much stuff to look at, listen to. Like the facial animations were very emotive as well. Like everyone was just eating, dude.
They did. Yeah, like I don't even know. Besides just getting into, it's just gorgeous, visually, audibly. I mean, we did have some issues, I guess, with the theater we went to, but.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a theater or maybe the movie itself, but yeah, the audio issue was really weird, dude. Like it sounded so off. Like our ears adjusted to it, but I can still tell like it wasn't as loud because I could still hear any movement that anyone behind us or in front of us was doing. I can hear it crystal clear. And usually that's not the case. Because I remember John Wick not on IMAX. That first punch, I'm like, well, I'm definitely in this movie now. Like, I felt it fucking
I think they heard my input about John Wick, but didn't use
over.
it in context. They didn't think, oh, these movies are too fucking loud. They're just like, let's turn everything down.
It was such an overcorrection. So I'm hoping when it comes out like on physical and I rewatch it on physical, it's big. Like I hope it's like the theater mess up and not the audio mix from the movie. Because it was yeah. Oh, if it was, yeah, they'll fix it before release. I don't know. I hope it gets sorted out. But yeah, dude, all of it. It might be because we're still in the honeymoon phase since we just recently watched it, but it is a must watch. Especially if you saw the first one. The story continues, and it's such a treat. This is why animation movies are just always cool.
This shit, honestly, I like Guardians of the Galaxy, but this counts as a Marvel movie, and I'm sorry, this shit's leaps and bounds over that.
I don't count it as a Marvel movie. It's part of the what's it called? It's technically that's another thing that they did really well is they interweaved both Sony's universes and Marvel's in a way that's like still and Spider-Verses. Like all three of the different Spidey universes that we've been kind of juggling into a nice, very easily digestible, like, oh, that they all still exist. They showed footage of the recent one with Doctor Strange and Spidey. Venom stuff makes appearances. Like all of that stuff is like, yeah. As long they did the right thing and not showed Woody Harrelson that Carnage, and I'm like, thank God. All right, because I don't want to see Carnage anymore. I don't want to see how he gets to the interwebs or whatever the hell the fucking dumb line is. Yeah, oh my, that movie just hurt me. Especially with a crazy chaotic character like Carnage, it could have been way like I would love to see these guys handle that. Imagine a Carnage made with this animation studio, I would be all over it.
Any symbiote we still haven't seen, which is another one of the constants. So
yeah,
we might get befriended a maybe just a symbiote becomes a Spidey.
we also might get a post Flash Thompson being evil, like because Flash Thompson gets to a point where he's helping out. He's like just a vigilante, so he might help out. I don't know. There's the amount of stuff that needed.
Venom, that's him, right? When he's like an amputee.
Yeah,
he's a soldier. Okay.
And the symbiote just fills out his legs. Like again, there's the good thing about having a part one is now our minds can be racing on what they're going to include in the second one. But boy, do I just want it now.
So there's a release date now, right?
Oh no, they announced the release date for Beyond?
March 29th.
Of next year, I'm assuming? Nice. That's early. That's first. Okay. March 29th. I wonder if that's going to boost their fiscal year's return then, because that's 2 movies in the same fiscal year. That's wild. They're going to make in a lot of cash this year then. For this fiscal year, because that's after watching this movie, anyone who watches this movie and walks out going, I don't want to watch the second one, I'd love to know what planet they came from. There's no way you watch this movie and not want to see as soon as you see that to be continued, you're like, what? And you're going to want to watch the next one. What was I going to mention? It was great. It was great seeing Peter from the first one, voiced by Jake Johnson again.
Peter B. Parker,
yeah. I did miss hearing Mulaney's like ham Spidey and was Nick Cage's Noir one. Yeah, I would have loved for them to be in this one too. But they might be saving all their cards for the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Even still, I would love 4-hour movie of this. I would have been fine. 5 hour, I would have been fine with it. Bring everybody back to. Oh my gosh. And then there's a bunch of it's just cool to see that many like Spideys and stuff. There's a bunch of shots of like when they're on that elevator or whatever, and it looks like a swarm of mosquitoes going after like one thing, and it's just an army of Spider-Man just trying to catch Miles. It was so dope. The visual gotcha with after he makes it back home, loved it. That was a good. They give you enough clues, so if you're paying attention, you would get it before the twist happens. But then if you don't, it hits you, and you're like, Oh
I
no.
feel so stupid too, because like it said when the DNA scan in big letters,
Yeah.
42.
42. It even shows you where he was going. Yeah, but if because the panic and like everything's moving so quickly, you're like, oh, come on, get in there, and then he gets in, and you left, and you're like, oh wait, you're just as frantic as he is because he wasn't thinking where exactly is it taking me. I just need to get the hell out of here.
Because
And all,
Miguel's coming up out, and everyone's just like, get out. And then
yeah,
he did, and then we lost.
yeah, it was just it was handled really well. Yeah, dude. And the vocal performances, I think I told Randall about this, but when Miguel had him after he like chokeslammed him on the thing and he was just spitting hatred at him, like you're the anomaly, you never should, like I'm like Oscar was eating, dude. Like he was just like I don't know what he did to prep, but it felt personal. It felt like he was holding what I forgot the act Shaheem. I forgot who he was holding.
More.
Shamik Moore. Like I feel like they were in the room together.
Shamik does such a good job as Miles that I'm glad the Get Down got canceled because there's no way it would conflict with him potentially being Miles.
Yeah, I agree with
I love
that.
that show, but I like him as Miles.
It's to the point where I
keep
wish
forgetting that Haley's also Gwen.
Gwen. Yeah, it's to the point where no offense to the Miles and the Spider-Man on the PS5 or on the PlayStation series, but man, if he can get Shaheem in there, that would have been dope. Shamik, sorry. I keep saying Shaheem. I'm not sure what the heck's wrong with me.
It's your Tekken man, Shaheen.
Who?
It's the Middle Eastern fighter.
So is my main just any Middle Eastern fighter?
It's the only way I can convert off of it.
What's up?
Yeah, anybody with body hair.
Yeah, anyone who wears hair, that's you.
Is that
in Smash? You have to play Joker and Bayonetta now. Joker just because for the ongoing joke, and Bayonetta because she wears hair.
Because he has hair. So that's
Actually,
just gonna be the
You know, Rand, I think he's actually a Kuma main.
Akuma?
Oh, because of all the hair on his face.
The bear.
I thought that was
Oh,
broken.
you're talking about from Tekken. Okay.
Kuma, yeah.
But isn't he broken?
Oh, just has weird hitboxes on his legs, but that's it.
Oh, I'm cool. So from now on, if I see any hairy character announced for any fighting game, that's my new main.
Yeah, think about it. You're saying you're gonna main Geef.
He's not as hairy though as
Who'd you play with in Marvel vs. Capcom?
me.
Yeah, besides Doom.
MODOK.
Wait.
Wasn't MODOK. I can tell you that right now. Who was it?
Wolverine.
Oh, he got me there, and he's a hairy mother effer right there. Yeah,
Can do whatever he wants.
that's
He
true.
could be hairy if he wanted to be.
I think my two constants were Wolverine and Doom, and I think solidified my third. I think I did want Scroll though. I just never put any more time to learn it. There's something about Scroll's the voice actor, and every time he does, yeah, and anytime his animation,
That's one of those supers that people yell when they see it.
because it's so that's the kind of characters I like, where it's like so emotive. It's like Inferno, and then the whole screen lights up with damage, and I'm like, that's me, you know.
Does that mean so far in Tekken 8 you're gonna be a Brian Fury main? Because anytime he laughs, people do the laugh.
No, that's like what is it, Karin from 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny to me, but I'm not gonna main them. I saw the Brian Fury trailer though, and man, they're doing great with the player models because they look great, especially for him.
You need to be a King main, Anthony, in Tekken. Because from that trailer, I was always like, I like King. One, I think I said this story before. I used to play him because I thought he was actually like a tiger person. And then one, I realized it was a mask, and two, I realized it wasn't even a tiger; it was a leopard. And then just him being a grappler, the more I learned fighting games, I'm like, this character's cool, but there's other ones that fit me. But watching his trailer, that shit got me
Hype.
When I saw that Android 16 was a grappler, 16 in the story, he's cool. I like him as a plot point for Gohan.
Yeah.
I wasn't really fucking with him that much besides him being a robot.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was cool. But seeing his gameplay, him a grappler, that shit had me demasiado hype when the game was announced. That's how King has me.
Oh,
So
okay.
as of right now, it's Nina for obvious reasons, and then probably King. But you'd probably like King because
Did you guys know
everything he did looked like he had oomph.
Did you guys know if Tekken's doing the same thing with the modern controls? Because I need to talk about that. I've been playing Street Fighter 6, like the World Tour mode. That's crack, bro. Just walking up to random people and just beating the life out of them for XP and stuff. That little single player loop, I love that. we can get back to Street Fighter 6 in a sec, but t- uh, sorry, Tekken 8, is it gonna have that mono controls too, like what Tekken did or what Street Fighter did?
No.
Dang
Probably
it!
not. What they did have in 7 is just you can hold a button, it's like a shortcut button, and then just mash one of the buttons, and it does a combo for you depending on what button you're pressing.
Nah, because from playing Street Fighter 6 with the mono controls, I love it because it's very accessible for me. I can actually focus on just doing the move. I don't have to focus on making sure my execution's on point. I just need to position myself where I need to. Like my anti-airs are getting better than before. Like punishing a something is easier for me because I know what my auto combo, not auto combo, but I know what the triple X will do, like the triple light. I know what the two lights with media. I know what all those will do because it's easy to remember. Where for me, I don't have to remember. I don't know. It's easier for me to either to juggle too and easy like punish with a kick up and then hit him with a. It is. It. I
There's
think it's
also
great for me.
there's also room to, like, once you're done doing auto combos, even with that mode, you can still time links and things like that.
Yeah, that's what I found out because after I learned some of Chun Li's moves in World Tour, one of her things just kicks him up in the air, and I'm like, okay, so then I can just link that with what's his name, Luke's um DP, and it connected. I'm like, do I have modern combos?
Well, I mean, even that. So, like, let's say you still have a medium punch if you press Y. It won't always do that combo. So,
Yeah.
let's say if you're playing Jury, you could do standing medium into crouching medium if it's the punch as well. If they just give you access to the kick, then never mind. But you can still do those Street Fighter S combos.
Yeah, because with Chun Li, I did the Chun Li style, and I can do the high kick she does into her squat, and then that has another. I think it's medium kick. The medium button for me does the straight up kick that sends him up, and then I can follow up with something else. And I'm like, well, that's crazy. And this is just me playing World Tour. So once I play the actual characters, I'll be able to like, you know, dig deeper. But that all I've played so far is that World Tour mode, and that's awesome offline. Like if you just want to sit down and smash the buttons and beat the crap out of some people, that's been so much fun for me. I've
The
beat up.
annoying thing with it, for me at least, is let's say I try to hear or I had my controller plugged in and then my snack box.
Uh-huh.
And I wanted to just maneuver with the controller because the holding a button and pressing cardinal shits to turn the camera,
Oh,
disgusting. So I want to control that when a fight starts. Use the snack box. Doesn't let you. You have to use the controller. You can swap in the middle, but once you go into a fight, it locks you into the controller
I don't like that. That's
for
wild.
whatever reason.
Then what you can do since you're on PC,
Mm-hmm.
you'll have to have one of them emulate the other. If that makes sense. So either have your
Do that.
snack, you have the snack box emulate controller inputs or controller inputs emulate the keyboard or whatever the inputs that snack box does. So that way it doesn't know that you switch controllers. It's the same events being sent. We can work it out. We can work it out. I think there's a way I can solve your problem. Solve your problem.
But yeah, I granted the story just so I can give every gift I could possibly buy or find. I gave it to Marissa to max her out for that suit, and I have it. So
And then also because Mario Master here, there's platforming. Like you can use the abilities to, like you can use Chun Li's thing to get from one place to the other over like another building, or use what's his name's uppercut to just get higher and land on stuff. I'm like, what is this mode? It's been so far. It's been really fun. It's just that the traveling to different areas has been kind of like whatever. The metro city's so huge, and then I went to Marissa's place, and it's just that little area, and I'm like, well, that could have been expanded. But
you will find that a lot of the places are gonna be like that, like Marissa's.
oh, I don't like that.
Marisa, as they say, because she's Italian.
Oh, Marisa. What was I gonna mention? We're jumping between stuff. Is there anything else we want to talk about for Across the Spider-Verse?
Randall, get your thoughts out. You didn't say much.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't you dare give us that BS.
Yep.
It was a great movie. I enjoyed it a lot. I also didn't notice how much time had went by. I would say the last act was my favorite, especially with the
The
twist at
switcheroo.
the end.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that actually made me. I mean, I wouldn't mind sitting there for 4 hours like you said, but when the last act was when that came up, and then you saw the twist, it made me want to like keep watching.
Yeah, dude. It was a I think it was a good hook for the ending.
'Cause it was. I like when movies do that because I've seen. I think there's a few movies. I can't think off the top of my head, but there's a few movies that do that whole like when they're like narrowing down to the ending of a to be continued type setup.
Uh-huh.
When they mix, it's usually like three things. They mix like three things that is happening that's real intense, and they jump back and forth between those three things, and then it just ends. So it's like the whole between the two similar people and um the conversation Gwen was having, and I think there was a third thing too, but it was like three different things, three different like locations all happening at the same time that were
Yeah.
intense.
Yeah, because everybody was looking for him. There was the dad about to get home. I thought that was gonna happen right away. I'm like, what the heck's going on? But it was nighttime and like all the stuff was like in the daytime and stuff. Oh, we never mentioned what is it? Mumbatan.
Mumbai.
Excellent. They handled that really well. The art style was really cool as well, and even the Indian Spider-Man India, dope. Shout out to that voice actor because he's really funny, dude. He's funny in Deadpool. I've seen him in other stuff as well, and he was funny here.
I don't know how to pronounce his name, but it's spelled Karan space Soni. So I
Okay.
assume it's like Karan Soni.
Yeah, we apologize in advance if we butchered that, but
It's enjoyable. Not that we butchered it, that his performance.
okay. All right, that's it. If that's all we got on it, we can move on, right?
0 out of 10.
Yeah, same. A -3 out of 10. Would not recommend that movie.
I actually hated how much I enjoyed it.
You hit the level of enjoyment where you just went to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
That much does that to you, you know. Just Midnight Suns and Across the Spider-Verse.
Pretty much.
Jeez. Anyway, and then what were we talking about? We were jumping between multiple things. It was tech. Oh yeah, it was Brian Fury. The Brian Fury trailer I saw, dope. And you said King, but that's why I asked about the input because if more fighting games are gonna go into the step where you can do some like modern inputs, I am down, bro. Because I am loving it so far for Street Fighter 6. It makes it so, like I have to do less thinking. I still get my ass beat on like higher level, like World Tour people, but that's because I'll learn after. I'll learn after a bit.
The only game I can think of that you can look forward to that'll be simpler inputs is the Project L, the League fighting game.
Oh,
Which did you ever watch the gameplay synopsis video that they released?
I've seen random clips. Like I saw the kid from the Arcane show. Like they were talking about him and showing some combos and stuff.
They did a whole video demonstration on how the game's gonna play with inputs and everything.
No, I think you shared it on my Discord, but I never got to it.
This guy's a real bitch.
It's because I'm tweaking, right?
This guy.
That's why I was asking for Tekken. Because if Tekken's doing it too, then I'm like, sheesh. But if not, I mean, I'm still gonna probably end up supporting Tekken like I did 7, and load it up maybe occasionally. But
That's more than normal.
that's true. I did
Yeah,
more
that's
with
pretty cool.
I did more with Street Fighter 6 than I did for the past like 5 fighting games that came out. And that's probably because of that input. Like I was excited to try out that World Tour, excited to try out the modern inputs. I just gotta try, the regular verses where you're not kind of creating your character. So you don't like everyone. You're playing with characters that have a set move list, not customizable. Because that's kind of throwing me out of whack that I can just swap different move sets. But I thought it was really cool.
Gotcha. Yeah, and it doesn't let you. It's so stupid with your move set. So let's say if you have a move that's quarter circle forward punch, and you try to put something that's quarter circle forward kick, it'll be like these are conflicting.
That's interesting because it's
Yeah,
not.
so I can't equip all of Marisa's moves because she has a quarter circle forward punch and a kick, and I tried to, and it's like
That's a
it's
bug.
yeah.
I think that's a bug
Uh,
because those are two different inputs. So why would it say it would be conflicting? The only way it should be conflicting is if the inputs match.
I don't know, bro.
That's really weird. I'll let him know. I'll call him up, and they can announce it at their showcase.
Call Mr. Calm.
Yeah, Mr. Com. Yeah. You guys messed up here. Can you show him a short video of that happening to you?
Oh, okay. And they
Okay.
announced Sagal will never come back.
Damn. Out of spite, out of
Mhm.
showing a buggy portion of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
I'm still enjoying the game so far. I mean, I played the beta pretty intensively, and then now I get to play as characters that were in the beta. I've only played as Marisa out of the characters. I'm enjoying her. She's a lot of target combos, which I'm not too big a fan of that aspect because it makes her game plan very linear, at least the way that they handled it, where a lot of it's just target combo, drive rush, target combo. But besides that, being a big ass lady, I'm enjoying it.
I can see that.
I might just play her exclusively for maybe another week or so, and then dive into Dawson.
She looked like a striker kind of character. I thought she was going to be a grappler, but
No,
she looks
she's
like
a brawler.
yeah. Because the moves I unlocked for her like straight punches and like diagonal punch. Like she's a heavy hitter, not a grappler.
She's there to put hands on you, and at least so far, she feels like a scrub killer in the sense that if you don't know how to deal with armor, or you don't know how to deal with the game's mechanics, like the mechanics everybody has in the game, she's gonna take advantage of that.
She's gonna wipe the floor. That you're talking about that drive rush stuff, right?
Yeah, drive impact. So if you try drive impact, if she does heavy punch, it'll armor through it. She can break your drive impact.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know if the kick has armor. I don't remember. I think the heavy version of her jumping punch. Same thing. Her armor stance, you haven't unlocked it. I don't even know if you can in the story mode, but she goes like this, and she goes into a stance. If you hit her, she counters. It doesn't do lows, but if you do this, she counters and headbutts you. And from this stance, she has an overhead where she swings like this. She has a sweep that's a low, and she has a grab out of it.
Is that counter automatic like in Smash Bros, or do you have to hit a button? Oh, it's automatic. Dang it.
It's automatic, but there's gameplay around it. But if you don't know, it becomes annoying.
You get slaughtered.
She a lot of you can charge moves, but it's such a specific window that you can charge that a lot of her stuff is predictable. So she's very, at least in my opinion, she loses if you know how to parry correctly. A lot of her game plan is going to be weak, and a lot of her big damage combos rely on using your drive meter.
Is her I was gonna ask you guys, is the parry just that button where it auto parries for you, or can I hit tap forward like in Third Strike? Like
you can't tap forward.
Okay.
But if you perfect parry it, you're allowed to drive rush cancel.
Okay. Because I was thinking about it. I'm like, I saw that they can do like auto parry, but I don't know if there's like a manual effort like going forward. I guess you just hit the same button, you just got to time it. Okay.
Yep.
But that also takes from your meter. That's so wild.
Yep. But if you perfect parry, if you parry a super any strength, like if it's like hold it or perfect, you gain a hilarious amount of meter. If you perfect parry things, a lot of times you gain way more meter than you would have spent.
Oh, so you gain it instead of losing it. I thought if you parried it, if you auto parry, you lose it.
If you perfect parry, if you time it specifically, you gain it.
Then you gain it. Got it. Oh, then that's okay. That's pretty neat. So for the advanced players, they'll benefit. Yeah. Okay.
A lot of her combos or damage relies on that meter, so a lot of times she's probably not gonna have much. So you could force her to burn out. But that being said, using those resources means you're losing fucking chunks of your goddamn health. She does big damage. She shits damage as long as she has drive meter.
Oh, so she's one of those. I'm gonna end this fight as soon as possible.
Basically, okay. She's one of those. Either you're patient, and you wait her out with like very telegraph moves that you can parry, and then you can survive the storm with her, or she just scrub kills you, or she knows your tendencies, and you're fucking gone.
Oof.
But she's fun so far. 0 out of 10.
0 out of 10. You don't like it. Brother, did you put any more time in since the first night or the second night?
Yeah, I played a little bit more, but not. I didn't play any of the moves. I just practicing. I practice in practice mode.
Like the move set for Jamie, or
Yeah.
you're not trying
Well,
out? You're not trying out anybody else, or you just stick with Jamie?
I so far I've only been practicing with Jamie and Zangief.
Oh, and Geef. That's what I'm excited to try out. Is Geef because he's gonna be the grappler, and with the modern input, I gotta get my money on the table energy back.
Trying to be fancy about it, you still have Manon as a grappler.
Oh, that's the French lady. The she looks like she's a figure ballet dancer. That's what it is. I might check her out. But I just like because she's like an elegant grabber, right? I like Zangief's dirty. I'm gonna slam you into the fucking ground energy, right? Zangief has a more aggressive feel to him, and I like that. Like, 'cause we're street fighting. We're not street dancing. You know what I'm saying?
She's more like not to the same extent because she doesn't have a fireball, but it's like more so Laura's game plan, if you remember. But take out the fireball, and but that level of stress, of being like, is she gonna grab me right here? And then it's just a setup. that amount of stress, but make it fancy.
Oh,
And she has longer limbs. So she has some good buttons.
so she can poke. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then every time you land a grab, you'll be able to stack more damage coming soon.
Yeah, I just need to get out. I don't know when I'll finish playing World Tour, but I just need to get out of that World Tour mode and just start playing the characters to see how it works. Because I like loading it up, just going and beating up a bunch of things, doing some missions, and then keeping it moving. It's
Start a content series once you start playing people.
Oh, like when I leave the World Tour mode, yeah. Definitely.
I still haven't done ranked.
What happened, Ronald?
Have y'all run into anything that y'all don't like?
For the game, I only played World Tour, and there's some stuff in World Tour that I'm like, it's a bit cumbersome because it's the systems like, hey, sometimes you're trying to do a side mission or something, and you're going down an alley, but they can block you, so you have to fight the people, and then you finish that fight, but the fight happened before that alleyway, so you try to go down that alleyway again, and more spawn, and then they keep attacking you, and I'm like, I'm just trying to get down this alleyway, right? I don't need to beat up 17 people, right? Oh, and there's some weird stuff with, I don't know if it's hate collision or it's just the game how it works. Sometimes I'll try to initiate the fight in World Tour with the spinning Chun-Li kick, and they'll just be like, no. Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm like, what?
And they just sprint at people and do the Blanc electricity.
Oh, I haven't gotten that yet, so
whatever's quick, or like even you can get Marisa's the lunge punch. Because it's quick and they have no chance to react to me just swinging at them.
And I don't like the drones. I don't like the drones. That's not cool. I'm not a fan of that. Because it like forces you to just do either low kicks or jump attacks to take them out. And it's like, well,
but the Roombas or the drones or either?
Both, man. I like fighting the people. It makes more sense. Like, I can use my entire moveset on it. Like, I can practice a combo or something. With those, I just have to do the one thing to hit them. And it's like, well, that's kind of... It makes sense because it's like a final fight kind of thing where it's like you're playing beat 'em up. So yeah, I'm like, okay, I kind of get it. And I also got to play Final Fight. There's an arcade machine that you can play Final Fight in, and I'm like, oh, that's dope.
I didn't bother.
I did. I launched it, and I think it downloads the ROM before it plays it because there's like a loading screen, and then the ROM downloads, and I picked the guy and started kicking ass, and then I died, and I'm like, okay, I'm out of here, and I kept playing the game. So I thought it was cool. I don't know if there's other games or not, but I saw that Final Fight was on there. So there might be other cabinets somewhere that have different games on it.
Every time I think of Final Fight, it reminds me of that anime High Score Girl.
Who's that?
It's an anime where it's like two younger kids. I don't know if they're middle school or high school. And then they accidentally meet at like an arcade. And then this guy gets his ass beat, and he looks over, and it's this lady playing. He goes into an arcade to play. I don't know if it's Super Turbo, but Street Fighter 2. He's a Guile main, and out of nowhere he's beating people by playing lame guile, which is basically just Sonic Boom and sit back or flash kick, what they call lame. And then out of nowhere, a girl sits down, but he doesn't know this. Someone sits down with Geef, oppresses him, and he looks over and it's a girl, and then it's a story about how things that follow that.
I don't think I ever knew about that.
And there's a time when they're playing co-op, once they're friends, and they're playing co-op final fight.
Oh.
So it makes me think of that. It was good. I don't know if it's gonna be a second season or a third season. I think it's third right now, but I enjoyed it.
Okay. What's
A lot of fighting game content, and arcade culture content.
What was I gonna mention? What?
Street Fighter.
I mean, it's picking it up, but I mean, this is just gonna be proven that I'm a machine. So if they're like, "What's that noise?" It's just my body moving around. I need some oil.
While it's playing, just do animatronic movements.
Yeah, it's just. And now it doesn't pick it up when I did the moves. What the hell? Anywho, what else? Oh, I don't know if it's too early to tell, but Diablo. I caved and got the digital so I can play it early. It is what I wanted. Something to just turn my brain off, attack shit, get loot. I love the new. I have a barbarian and a druid. I played a little bit of the druid today because I don't know if you didn't play. I don't know if we wanted to stay at the same level, so I just kept playing my druid and left my barbarian as it is. So
it's up to you. All I did yesterday at 7.
Yeah.
Was I made a character for each class and then I got out of the game.
Oh, facts. Okay.
So if you're gonna go ahead with your barbarian, just let me know.
No, I have a druid already that I'm already leveling. So
I'm gonna bend up. I guess my me time character is gonna be the rogue. So I'm curious.
Oh, the rogue. Okay. But yeah, I've been playing. I played a little bit today before getting on the podcast. I leveled once with the druid. I enjoy I kind of like the skill tree, like the whole you get different abilities and then you have like an upgrade for them. So that way you're not just slamming a bunch of skill points just to, up the numbers. Like you can play differently depending on the ability. I like that a lot.
I like the way it is, but the thing that I miss is, it was an issue that I had in the beta because I was playing sorcerer. I don't really like elementalists when it comes to being a mage, and
is that all they have?
If I have to pick an element, power of ice always. And the thing that I didn't like is that in 4 you can't pick X ability and turn it into a different element. So there's a move where it's you summon hydras, but it's a fire one. And in Diablo 3, more often than not, if that was a skill, one of the modifiers would be, oh, it's now this element and does this.
Oh, that's true. I remember that.
So I like what it is now, but for like moments like that, maybe end game they do something like this. But it'd be cool if on top of that you can put modifiers into your tree, like a socket of some sort.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That they did the upgrade, I think, a bit better in 3. I know what you mean. Like you have the base and then you can tailor it in like a number of different ways.
Yeah.
Where this one is just 2.
Yeah.
And they're not literally and they're not. I guess for the sorcerer, you're not choosing the elemental. It's choosing different other mechanics for it.
Yeah, which is, so far it's only a complaint in that specific aspect because I don't want to do fire shit. I want ice shit.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I haven't really had too much of an issue, at least yet. I've already respec like 5 times.
Yeah, you're doing some crazy respecting amounts. Like I was just like, let's get this thing going,
Which is a good sign. Usually, I just commit until max level. But if I'm in the middle, I'm like, I can optimize this. Then I enjoy the theory crafting.
And so far, it looks like it's free. But I guess later on, it might change to paid, to respec in terms of like in-game currency, like the gold you find.
I think it already is. I think it tells you when you try to respec that the first 8 levels are free.
Oh.
So you can respec as much as you want until level 8. I think it said that.
That's different. Okay. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. We only got to like level 15 or something, but the loop is there. I like exploring the main open world area. I love doing that. We haven't gotten any of the mounted stuff, so it takes a bit to walk around, but
I don't mind in anything open world. Or this is open world, but anything like that, I walk not knowing where to go because I can't read maps, and then when I see enemy appear, that's my new trajectory.
Yeah, hands.
And
Bro.
I always say somehow I got through every side mission I wanted in Elden Ring with this method.
I mean, it's a very effective what is it method. It works for Elden Ring. I'm sure it works for Fallout. I'm sure it works for it'll
Like,
work for
I think level 100 before even getting to like, in Fallout 4 when the Brotherhood ship appears above you in the world.
yeah.
Before that point, I was level 100,
Oh my god.
just murdering things.
There's anything that's like, hey, we might not be friends. Then you take a bullet. Yeah.
Especially if they have something on that I want.
Yeah. That's something I do like about the Fallout series. It's like there's no drops. It's if they have it on them, you can loot them. You can loot that off of them, and I like that. I'm not a huge fan of like, I mean, I don't want to put Borderlands in the crosshairs, but Borderlands, like, it's a looter shooter, but you could have just gave them different gear randomly, on each time you landed on a planet or whatever, and then we loot that. I don't know. I love the whole. It makes it more grounded. Like, oh, he's wearing this, I can just take it and wear it. It makes it more
it'd be cool
believable.
if like a random enemy in Borderlands had a legendary on them, and you're like, oh shit, is that it?
Yeah, and it starts shooting random. You're like, what the hell? Like the one, like, was there a legendary that was shooting other guns or something like that? Or no, it was just a reload where he would throw, right, or something like that. There's something where like, I think you reload and the gun would just fly on its own and shoot you, or
Something like that.
Imagine if the enemy started doing that to you. You're like, what the heck is that? What's happening? And then you kill him and you get the gun. Like, that's more impressive than, oh, you kill a guy who had this gun, but he'll drop something that had a sniper. He never shot a sniper. Like, that's, to me, is like, oh, whatever.
That's all that I would see is a sniper. So I would like if I have to pick this legendary up, I want them to deal with it as well.
Yeah. If all I'm getting is snipers, that means I'm fighting as snipers. That makes sense to me. Which is something I wish Borderlands, like, fixed. Not fixed, but made the design choice.
Took into consideration, pushes glasses.
Yeah. That's just me,
I've been scared to play Diablo, I'm not gonna lie to you. I almost did it after I made my characters yesterday.
Why?
And because I already have other things I should be playing, and Midnight Suns is already taking that. So if I start Diablo, knowing it's gonna be an autopilot game, knowing it's gonna be something to play just to keep my hands busy,
Yeah.
I'm very scared that even Midnight Suns, which is pushing my backlog back, is gonna get pushed back.
Well, you have to accept that's what's going to happen. We live in this world now where this is the summer of gaming. The amount of games that are coming out this week or this summer, and also the announcements that are about to happen on Thursday and Sunday. It's just going to be hype. Those backlog games are going to stay backlog games for a while. That's unfortunate, It's just the way it is. Yeah, that's a good reference. I didn't do that on purpose.
On purpose.
I
might get into it on the weekend maybe.
Oh, okay.
Just juggle that. I have to juggle that, Midnight Suns, and Street Fighter for now, I guess.
At least you're not. At least one of those is not Tears of the Kingdom. I'm juggling Diablo, Tears of the Kingdom, and then Street Fighter. But the single player mode. I don't know when I'm gonna start, going online and getting bodied yet.
I haven't done ranked, but I haven't done training mode either. I've only done the story and then playing actual people. A lot of times lately, it's very rare. I think ever since what's older? I think Strive's the oldest out of the current gen of fighting games. Since that's released, I haven't labbed anything in any game. I've done it live.
I mean, that kind of comes with experience. Like, you understand how.
Let me correct that. When the game came out and I was still a melee main, just from sheer like horniness to how she looked.
Yeah.
I labbed there, but after I switched off of her, from that point on until now, I don't really lab like that unless there's something I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, I see. I mean, some people like
everything's just been do it live. A lot of time, even when I was playing Melty, in the middle of a match, on Twitter when I used to follow like players and just the hashtag for my character.
Yeah.
In the middle of a match, I'll just have a video looping, and I'd be like, and just try it live.
Oh no, for me, I have to go. I would not have learned my foot dive loops live. I need to be in the training and make it muscle memory for me.
I was supervising as well. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that's when I used to basically commandeer your tablet. So I think I had it there and telling you when to press.
Oh, I think so. That's the only way I would learn it. That's the only way I think I can learn in fighting games. Is I need to be in the training mode and just trying it on a dummy, and then after once I get the buttons down where it's second nature to me, then I try it on a real person to see if I can get to that situation, or I can just let it go on let my fingers go on autopilot to do the sequence. I don't know. You do the same thing, Randall, or do you like to do it live as well?
What?
Like, I don't know, a new combo or new move. Like when you try to experiment, do you experiment in the live first, or you try to experiment live?
Most of the time, I try to get everything narrowed down in the lab before I like go and play people. Um,
Okay, so you got to
I've
perfect
been
it.
doing that. It's like at the time that I have put into playing Street Fighter, I've just been in the lab, um, learning the moves, movement, combos, um, meter management, like
Oh,
looking at like what happens if I do certain combos, what I'm left with. If I do certain attacks, how much meter comes back if I land a block or if I land an attack. So it's not until like it's not until like I get a basis that I go and I start playing online against other human beings, and then at that point, um, I don't know exactly when, but I guess after a certain point, I still do like learn uh other combos like live, as you say.
okay. Have you guys ever learned a combo from playing someone else? Like they like, oh, that's possible?
Oh, like watching someone play you?
No, like not you in the thick of an online match or something, and they hit you with something you've never seen before.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. That most of the stuff I learn, I either Brian tells me, well, either of you guys tell me about it, or I see it at a tournament. So I'm like, oh, I know that combo now.
That's literally I got to the point in Marvel 3 that's how I learned Doom loops from just seeing it that many times in tournament.
Foot dive, foot dive. I'm telling you, I can't wait to hit and miss out again. That better be an announcement on on Capcom's, I swear. Foot dive.
Making me act up, Anthony.
Oh
Giving me
shit.
hope again.
I mean, here's what they're gonna. We don't need to jump. We're all over the place this episode because the hype. It's summer game in here. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, more Monster Hunter news. I think it's been a while since we have Monster Hunter news. Maybe then another Resident Evil showcase or something.
I think DLC. I think for 4 they're gonna add the Ada story.
Oh, that's right. Maybe DLC for 4 because that just came out this year. What else? Capcom. You said
Pragmata, that space little girl game or whatever the fuck
that'll
that is.
that'll probably be shown as well. What else Capcom got? Resident Evil, maybe Devil May Cry. It's been a while since we've seen anything from the Devil May Cry team.
There's stuff that they could remake. I just don't know how they would go about it because they're very stylized games, like Beautiful Joe or Okami. Or if they bring back, I think they made Piano 3. I don't know if that was them, but if not, that Remember Me game. I don't know if it did well, but maybe a sequel. Lost Planet's Capcom, so they might do another one of those.
Ooh, a Lost Planet would be dope. But Remember Me had potential. I played through that. I think it's on my. I think I recorded it. I think it's on the channel. But that one I was really hyped because that was a very customizable like beat 'em up.
Didn't Capcom make Onimusha?
Yes, but I don't know if they own the
This-
IP. Hold on.
I was gonna say a whole lot of samurai shit going on lately.
Yeah, this will be their time to you know. Wikipedia. Let me go look at Onimusha real quick.
You know, also could be since they have Street Fighter on its legs, it's up and running. People are loving it. The not really skeleton because the game's still coming out, but they can maybe divide their resources to another fighting game, and they could actually not be liars and show that Darkstalkers isn't dead.
Update on they do. They developed and published Onimusha, so I'm sure it's their IP.
That remade and then with their RE engine, that'd be gorgeous.
Sheesh.
They could also just make if they don't want to deal with Marvel anymore, just make a Marvel style game with just Capcom characters again.
Mm-hmm. I want to see if they have any like a list of owned IP anywhere. Capcom compiles a platinum titles list updated quarterly of its games that have sold over 1 million copies. It contains over 100 video games. This table shows the top 10 titles as of December 31st, 2022. So far the year, their high sellers have been Monster Hunter World, Monster Hunter Rise, Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil 2, the remake, Monster Hunter World Iceborne, Resident Evil 5, Resident Evil 6, Resident Evil Village, Street Fighter 5, and Devil May Cry 5. So that's what I'm saying. Like that's was probably some new Monster Hunter, another something with Resident Evil 4 as DLC, and Devil May Cry. Like we haven't seen anything on Devil May Cry in a bit. Holy shit! Monster Hunter World sold 18 mil. The next one is 11 mil, which is Monster Hunter Rise.
I don't think it's gonna be anything for Devil May Cry because there's usually big. From what I remember, there's usually big gaps in between.
Well, that's true. It's only been 3 years. 4, sorry. We shall see. But the big question...
forgetting something.
Yeah, Summer Game Fest is what you're forgetting. I'm just kidding. You talking about Capcom?
Yeah, I feel like I'm forgetting something, but they do a better job of forgetting their IPs than me, so...
What do you mean, Brian? We're going to get a new Bionic Commando, and everyone's going to love it. Oh, Dragon's Dogma is what they're going to show off. That's an easy one.
Mm-hmm.
Because they just announced that they showed a little bit at the PlayStation showcase, so I'm sure they might have maybe a deeper dive.
Did Capcom do Breath of Fire?
Breath of Fire? What's that?
JRPG series.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, what if there's a new Dead Rising? You never know. Oh, I mean, why did I say that?
Capcom did make Breath of Fire. Maybe we'll get a remake or another Breath of Fire game.
What about a new Mega Man, guys?
That's funny.
Yeah.
They just gave us a collection. What do you mean? You want more?
Yeah. Can I look up just Capcom owned IP? Major intellectual properties. Here we go. Oh, it's on their site. That's crazy. I don't know if that's something you would list. Allow selection. Yeah, we have the Street Fighter series, Resident Evil, Mega Man, Monster Hunter. That's it. Okay, this is not what I wanted to look for. Capcom franchises. Here we go. Oh, maybe we get a new Final Fight. Right, Randall?
There's been a resurgence of beat 'em ups.
Yeah, there has. But it's been on the indie space. There hasn't been any AAA publishers or stuff releasing beat 'em ups.
Double Dragon's Arc Systems.
Yeah, I don't know if that's
anticipate what's gonna come out Thursday.
Not Thursday for when is it, Brian? Capcom has their own showcase that's coming out on next Monday, and we're trying to guess what they're gonna announce or show off. But we can start Thursday. We can start that now because that's what I want to guess is because Jeff Keighley's usually in his presentations. It could be anything. So if you want to start,
we know what they're gonna show on Thursday. Some Mortal Kombat footage. They already announced that.
They announced it. Oh, okay. Oh, gameplay. I'm assuming or story mode stuff. Okay.
Probably a little bit column A, column B. They already have a release date and everything, so I wouldn't be surprised if they do like a pretty intensive reveal.
Oh, okay. No, you're right. It is. They announced it. You're right. They already have a release date, so they might as well go through all the modes and stuff you can play. And what because they always, like I said, they always do a good job of having like some sort of offline mode, so you don't have to be, constantly just going online fighting people.
The only way they can top MK11's still stuff to do, whatever. Injustice 2 is where it's at, where you can grind out fucking gear that you can wear.
That's what I was gonna say. Like,
fully customized, there's more customization options. The only thing they can do now,
I think it's bring back the Injustice 2 one. I really like that one.
have a single player mode that's somehow a roguelike.
But isn't that kind of like that classic arcade mode where you try to get to the top?
That's just arcade. I mean, what do you gain from those? You just the high scores.
But I mean, like, the only difference would be adding attributes on after each fight or something. Like,
It all
oh, no,
depends.
you do more damage or something with less health or something. Like,
'Cause,
that's not difficult to add, is what I'm saying. Like, they could definitely do that. That's not.
yeah, they could. MK Armageddon, they added a whole third-person story, and then once you get to actual people, you fight regularly. So maybe the story mode is like Shaolin Monks.
Don't get me acting up, because Shaolin Monks was fun. We played. I think we replayed that story multiple times because we can unlock. Well, I think we unlocked Sub-Zero and Scorpion to play through that. Shaolin Monks was dope. What happened?
You lost your
Yeah, I talk too much, so I lose my voice. That's why I have this water here. But Scorpion.
He was cosplaying.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. But I can't be in here.
I don't think she's sorry.
She's not. What was I gonna
Tell
say?
her what I said.
Oh, he said, "You're not sorry."
Oh, no.
Um.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're correct.
All right. Now I got a little bit more Agua H2O in me.
That's it.
As Brian pulls out the reserves from downstairs of water.
It's like the fucking bottle you took from him.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. It's already been stored away. I was doing my like putting stuff away, and I saw your devoted cup, and I'm like, oh, he did leave something.
Well,
I just emptied it out. It's in my. Just remind me next time you come. I'll hand it to you. What was I gonna say? What are we talking about? Mortal Kombat. So yeah, that's an easy one. If they already announced they're gonna be there, it's gonna be a deep dive of like what they have to offer. So that way they can, tell people, hey, this is what you're pre-ordering. Because if they already have a date,
I feel like what they usually do is going to be a story clip, like another story trailer. It's going to show more characters. They're going to say more characters maybe, or just show. It's going to be a whole thing. I feel like story trailer, show you part 1 of the story. They do that a lot, where they show you the act 1.
okay.
Use that to probably explain how the game plays, and at the end reveal another character for sure. And they'll probably announce what they used to do with the other NRS games, where weekly or bi-weekly they do the streams showing off characters in depth.
That's a pretty good rollout, I think. All right. What was I going to mention? That's one. That's an easy one then. My mind's racing on what they're going to show. Maybe more of that new Phantom Blade that we saw. But maybe not, because that was a pretty good gameplay trailer. Definitely, I'm sure there's going to be some more like DLC announcements and stuff for his. Maybe Kojima with some teaser of this next game, because I'm sure he's going to be there. Not Kojima, I'm sorry. No, it is Kojima, sorry. I was mixing Konami and Kojima.
This could be the time we get Elden Ring news.
That is true. That would be really nice to see what the DLC looks like, because they're working on that DLC about Mikola. Yeah, I would love it. I mean, that's perfect, because I'm trying to gear up. I'm trying to ramp up my Road to Millennia content soon, so
pump up the volume.
That can lead right into DLC. Sorry, that was the other game I was gonna probably start juggling, because I need to get geared up for me getting slaughtered. I don't know what I want announced.
EA doesn't have their own thing, do they?
They will. It's just not happening this week, I think.
Oh, there goes 2 things I was looking forward to.
Do I have it as an event yet? Let me check. I could have sworn I added. I did
EA's?
Not EA's, but they're gonna have their own. They're gonna have their own as well. But we can talk about that when it gets closer to when they're gonna show off. Let me look at the events real quick. I don't know what other events are happening this week. We have Thursday, Sunday. Oh, Ubisoft is also the same day as Capcom's. So by next episode of this podcast, we have Summer Game Fest happening, Devolver's the Xbox Game Showcase with the Starfield Direct. So we are getting Starfield gameplay, and like probably a deep dive into Starfield. Ubisoft's and Capcom's. There's a lot of announcements to be talking about.
Capcom's, they said 35 minutes or so.
Yeah, that one's a short one. I think it's like 35 or 40 minutes. So unless they speed run through news, it might be only a couple of announcements or showcases.
Like, I don't.
When was
What?
Microsoft's is on Sunday, and theirs is going to be lengthy because they have their like the Microsoft showcase, and then right after that ends, they have a Starfield like specific showcase or like direct. So that one might be super lengthy. And all I'm saying is this is the time. State of Decay 3. This is it. All right? We saw a pre-rendered CG announcement trailer for State of Decay 3. I need to see it in motion. I need gameplay. I need an announcement of something, right?
Yeah, that'd be pretty pog.
And I think that's happening on Microsoft's because it's a first party.
More TikTok clips.
Yeah, of you throwing your gun out the window. We need more of that. State of Decay 2 is so good, dude. So the 3 needs to be. I need to see it. What else?
It's gonna be Gears.
I'm not mad about it because Gears 4 and 5 were fine. Like the single player was fun. I don't play that game multiplayer. The co-op survival, the wave based stuff was pretty fun. I don't know what else they would announce. That's the thing. I mean, Fortnite's probably a little segment of the new season of Fortnite that's going to be shown. Like, oh, you're Miles, and then like other stuff that's maybe new skins or something. EA might make it. What?
Is fighting game Renaissance Killer Instinct maybe a sequel, another one?
Oh, for Microsoft's on Sunday? That could be possible. It's been a while. What team developed the first Killer Instinct?
Iron Galaxy.
Developed it? Not published it?
I don't remember. It used to. Let me just look.
Or I guess
the old one or the remake.
The remake
like
that came out with the Xbox. I think it was the Xbox One at the time, right?
Rare Double Helix Games and Iron Galaxy.
So maybe, unless they're currently working on something else, that might be something up the alley there. Another Killer Instinct.
It would be Pog. It's a fighting game Renaissance right now.
We got 3. Yeah, we got 3 major ones coming out. So
We already had KOF.
mm-hmm.
Guilty Gear's thriving. We have Street Fighter critically acclaimed right now.
Yeah, even my non-fighting. This is the first one I've launched since so long. The first fighting game I've launched in quite some time.
We got the holy trinity of fighting games. Tekken's coming next year. We don't have a date, but probably next year. MK is this year, same as Street Fighter. Skullgirls is still alive, you know.
Yep, and thriving, and new characters added.
Right, and thriving, bro.
Thriving.
This is the time for fighting games.
Symbolism of capitalism.
It's a metaphor for capitalism.
Metaphor, not symbolism. My bad. Metaphor. I messed it up.
I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out. Throws that shit. Anyway. What were we talking about again? Oh, the hype of I don't know. What do you guys want to see? Especially, we're all talking about Microsoft stuff. What do you expecting to come up for Summer Game Fest?
I don't even know what it is, really. Summer Game Fest just like
the same thing.
E3 Junior.
Yeah, it's pretty much the new E3 because E3 was canceled because it killed itself.
That's the thing though. It's like
it could be anything. That's what I'm asking. What would you love to see? Any indie games, any indie devs, like...
Oh, let me buy Hades too.
This would be a perfect time to show some gameplay for, yeah, they might have an announcement for Hades too. Maybe a pre-order, like a early access date, or...
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Everything that I own right now, I own Diablo, I own Street Fighter, I have a 20+ backlog, and I'm playing Midnight Suns a second time. If it says you can pre-purchase Hades 2, none of that matters to me.
And that's no cap right there. That's on God. And that might be something they show off because I think didn't Hades 2 it was announced at Video Game Awards, right?
Yep.
So like it's still Jeff Keighley, so I'm sure they have a good relationship. They might show something off for Hades 2.
Let me tell you something, Jeff, because I know you hear everything I say about you.
We know you're because if you're watching it, we know that you are.
Summer Game Fest. That's when they reveal it because the Game Awards were Hades won, was announced was Game Awards as well, and then the next day or the day of, you could early access play it. I think it was the
This.
same night.
Oh.
So if this happens again, if you manage to pull this off, nothing but kind words from here on out.
Oof. We'll see then. This watch it beat the time too. He's gonna be like, well, he's just gonna be like world premiere, and then Hades gameplay, and they're gonna announce co-op or some shit because you can play as both. What's his name and the new girl, and it's gonna be like,
Melino.
is that her name?
I think it's Melinoe. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it.
Just imagine the first like, oh, is that you play as Zagreus and her and do a co-op like run? Ooh, buddy. I cannot. Yeah, mine's shaking right now. I see his chair moving. He's like, oh man, that would be dope. We'll see that. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves. I need to calm down.
Something else that could happen is more Telltale stuff.
Yeah, weren't they working on two
Wolf
series?
Among Us?
Yeah, Wolf Among Us 2 and something else, right?
I don't
Or-
remember.
No, wait, the Tales one came out already a long time ago, right?
Tales from Borderlands 2 came out. No one even liked it. It looks like from the
yeah.
reviews.
That's unfortunate.
But Wolf Among Us 2 is, I'm there for it.
Same. Yeah, if
I
you guys
didn't
are,
play it, but I watched.
yeah, but if you guys don't know what Wolf Among Us is, you go to youtube.com/@splitscreenlosers and go watch the playthrough of the Wolf Among Us. It's great.
How did? No,
How did it what?
what's the one that's in Germany? The convention.
Gamescom. That's
Yeah,
later. That's
later in
literally.
the year.
That's later in the year.
So never mind. I was gonna say, did what's the name of that game? It's not Doom.
Quake?
It's Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein. What about it?
Did that end? The end? There's still room for a sequel.
There's room for more because remember,
Okay.
number 2 ended in a certain way where there's still room, and then they added that side story of the two daughters, and then after that ending, there's room for more to happen. So
Okay, but that'd be Gamescom. They usually do that kind of stuff in Gamescom. Those announcements.
So we'll see. I'd be down because I loved Youngblood. I wish they took what Youngblood is and expanded it because there was so much more you can do. It's like another one of those turn your brains off and just level up your character, level up your gun proficiency and stuff, and it was just satisfying to shoot in that game. So
They just turned the next Wolfenstein into Borderlands. You get to play as a member of the family.
maybe because again, I don't want it to be a looter shooter like that. Because again, it'll be weird. I don't know. The gunplay in Wolfenstein is so fun that I don't want just random guns with random gun handling and stuff.
Do you think any other Bethesda announcements will be in the Xbox Game Showcase?
I think so. If there's anything
Okay.
Bethesda's working on, it'll be at that first part of the game of the showcase. I think they really are. I think they made it. They purposely said this last half is Starfield for a reason. Everyone's been wondering what it looks like, how does it play. So they dedicated that for Starfield. And then if they have anything else they're working on, I'm sure they'll talk about it beforehand. But after how Redfall came out, there's gonna be a lot. That first, I don't know, that first part of the showcase, it's gotta wow us, man, because their first party games have not been hitting.
Forza.
And that's not enough. Not everybody likes driving games. Like you can't just rely on Forza for everything.
Fuck, Fable. Fable can come back.
Those are facts. Fable can come back. That would
Don't
be
let me down.
that would be
Fucking
something. Yeah,
Phil Spencer with your wet ass lips.
that's something that can come up during that first part.
All right, Phil Spencer. I don't really say anything mean about you. I just point out your lips are always wet.
That might be mean, Brian.
But if you give me a Fable announcement or anything like that, and it doesn't get canceled, wet lips.
Nice. So we're hoping for two things. For me, I just want a State of Decay gameplay, 3, not 2, not like a remaster or anything. I want State of Decay 3. I want gameplay, and Brian wants Fable from Microsoft's, and me and Brian want Hades 2 for Summer Games Fest. What else?
You know my stipulations, Jeff Keighley.
I mean, Jeff Keighley has like he has a really rocky not rocky. He has he has his ups and downs. There's some events where I'm like, yo, you gave me some crazy announcements or world premieres, and there's some where I'm like, you didn't do so hot.
He's been the plug for each Hades related thing so far. So I mean, all I'm saying is,
Yeah, this is the time, bro. Yeah, it's gonna be dope. We still haven't. I don't think we got an announcement on Nintendo's yet, but I mean, Tears of the Kingdom just came out, so I'm sure they're not sweating.
yeah, Splatoon 3's out, right?
Yeah,
Or no?
I think it's been out.
What about Pikmin?
That's coming out in like a month or two. The new Pikmin 4, I think it comes out in like a month or two.
Oh,
Pikmin 4.
I don't know what else. Their tennis game was cool, but they didn't have that oomph for the power tennis.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna be able to recreate power tennis. They tried with Aces, but Aces just did not feel power tennis. There was something about it. It was built from the ground up to be saucy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it was.
It's just that game. I was destined to rule it. You know.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
I feel that. There's something about it that make it just felt great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. That's a Diablo I can share right there.
Yeah, Nintendo does their own thing, so I don't have to expect anything from them for summer juegos.
Yeah, I don't know. The things I don't even know because again, since so many games have just come out, I don't know what I want yet because I haven't gone through the ones I got this year. So
yeah, like even my wish list on Steam, 145 games. So I don't know when the hell anything. I don't. Who's working on? The fuck is it called? Vampire Masquerade. That's not Microsoft, right?
good question. I thought
that
it
got
was.
pushed back and it's supposed to be coming out. It's supposed to be the beginning this year, and allegedly it's I think now the end of the year. So it'd be nice to get some kind of
Yeah,
footage and or
yeah,
confirmation of date.
some status update, like what's happening.
Yeah.
Basically what I want, besides the three things that we mentioned that we want from this week of announcements, is I need games that I'm like I will push my backlog for, right? That on site I'm like, fam, fuck everything else. I need to play this. That's the kind of announcements I want to see. Facts. That's a fact statement. Janelle said Mario Odyssey 2. I'm like, easy. That if Nintendo came on fucking Summer Games Fest for whatever reason, and they're like, "Oh, Mario Odyssey 2," and dropped just the logo, I'm like, "We're in."
They need to make main games for other Mario related characters. You know, it's like Luigi's Mansion, Mario Everything, WarioWare. Where's Waluigi's Warehouse, and it plays like Stardew. It plays like what's that game? We're playing as like a dungeon crawler, and then you just come back and you sell shit.
Moonlighter.
Make that with
Oh,
Waluigi.
I would play that.
Waluigi's Warehouse.
Yeah, I'm down with that. And
since it's been a year since WarioWare, do what I've been telling you, and make a WarioWare BR game.
That's an easy one for them too. Like that's money.
Pokemon DLC probably as well for Nintendo.
That's another one I have to keep working on. I've been enjoying that too, but now when I power up my Switch, I don't want to play anything else but Tears of the Kingdom.
I'm gonna wait till the end of the year to start that. Like around time where I usually take those week or two off for the year.
To play Tears of the Kingdom?
Yeah,
you're gonna walk out looking like Link. Long hair, like an arm destroyed, like
it's gonna be Skyrim Thanksgiving again.
There's a lot. What's up, man? Oh. You're gonna be just putting shit together with glue all over the place in the house. Like you're gonna turn into the craziest mechanic or engineer.
There's that one game. Who's working on this shit? I don't even know who these people are. Maybe we'll get Remnant 2 info or gameplay.
Oh, we will. That's a good one. That's a solid one for Summer Games Fest. We probably will.
There's a game on my wish list that was announced. I don't remember when. It's called Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn. It's supposed to be like a Souls-like, and you play as like a black lady, but she just has like a huge fucking gun and a sword, and it looked interesting to me, and I want to play it. What happened?
Randall, what was that indie game that had like a noir look, but it was like 2D pixelated, but it had like crazy lighting?
Replaced?
Is that what it was called? And it's been delayed
delayed forever.
Yeah. Would you remember what it was called?
It's two games that I'm waiting for that that it
Did
look
they say Anthony?
what you're talking about. One is replaced, and the other one is last night or something like that.
I think the replace. No, Brian, this is the newer one. Replace is the newer one. There's one that I think Randall just called. It's the last night or something.
Yeah,
That sounds familiar as well.
That's the one we've been waiting for, and I don't think there's been a status update that I know of. But yeah,
Oh.
replace is one of them, Brian. That is a more recent announcement that I was
I'm
like,
scrolling through my 145 games. Hold on.
I think it'd be faster to go through Randall's wish list. I don't think he has that much. Okay. Because Brian, what happened?
yeah. It's called The Last Night. It's by Odd Tales, publisher Raw Fury.
Yeah, like
What
that.
you call me?
That would be a great something to see, right? We've been waiting, and that would be a great trailer or something that, hey, we're still working on this. We finally, it's coming out this year. Bam. I would love to see that during Summer
I'm
Games
still
Fest.
scrolling.
Okay, Brian, he gave us the name.
Yeah, I'm still scrolling.
Okay.
Yeah, if this game looks anything like what is in like what they have on their page and what they showed in the trailer, man, this is gonna be a beautiful game.
That's why I'm like, we've been waiting, and I think it's been multiple years now. Like, I think it was,
Yeah.
so something must have happened during the development of it. I hope it's been sorted out, and they,
I don't
They
have it
get
on my
this thing
wish
out.
list. Anyone you know the name of it?
the last night. Brian, are you serious? What the fuck are you talking about? It's
Said
just
Tekken 8.
Tekken 8, yeah. I mean, that's also one I'm gonna buy. Whether how much I played is irrelevant.
The Last Night.
I'm definitely gonna get Tekken 8. Definitely. I'm definitely gonna get Tekken 8.
I don't even know what the hell this is.
Really?
The Last Night. I don't remember ever seeing this in my life.
You're lying. You probably just
tonight's
forgot
one.
it. Okay, well,
I
That's
don't
what-
remember seeing this. I remember seeing Replaced, but this looks. I added it to my wish list, but I don't know what the hell I'm looking at.
well, hopefully we'll get an update this Thursday about it, right?
That would be nice.
Yeah, dude. Like, what happened to this game? Like, it's still in our wish list. It would have been different if it's like, oh, we canceled it, sorry, and then they removed it from store pages, but it's still on there. So, I have
Yeah.
questions. What else? I don't even know what's on my wish list. I don't even want to look. But that's oh, I know exact. Why am I talking shit? Hollow Knight, Silk Song. That I need a release date. I need something. That's what I need from you, Jeff Keighley. I need Hades 2 and Hollow Knight. I've been waiting. Hollow Knight 1 was so good.
You said you want Scorn 2?
No, I don't want Scorn. I don't want that.
It's gonna be called Scorned. And it's a prequel.
Oh, before the scorning.
Yeah.
No, man. I gave that game like a good 15-minute try. I think on my downstairs, like in the living room. What's up?
That game that you was just talking about last night, first time it was revealed was in 2017 E3.
You see what I'm
Which
saying?
game?
The last night,
The one you just added.
like that's wild. Like something must have happened during that development. I need to know.
I mean, I'm on their website and they still have content up for it.
They're probably taking their time.
I hope so. I hope everything's cool. Like nothing catastrophic happened. Like I need them to like release that. Give us some sort of status update. That's all. I don't know what else would be at Summer Games Fest. Like I don't know what studios he announced would be at. I think that'll be an easier thing. Let me go to Summer Games Fest. Maybe he has like a board of the people who are gonna be there. You know how they like show up like a board with a bunch of developer icons and stuff, or logos. Maybe he has that.
It's gonna be a battle royale for Scorn called Scorn Again.
Oh, they do. They have partners. So technically, the partners are a lot of people. So I don't know if all of them are going to announce something, but Netflix is one of the partners for some reason. Nexon, Epic Games, Gearbox, Paradox, North Beach, Sega.
You know what that means, right? Netflix?
What?
Striking Vipers, you're the fighting game.
Let's go. Let's go. That's a day one pre-order, right, Randall?
That's what Apple was going to release when they dropped the.
When they dropped the headset.
Mm-hmm.
Striking Vipers launching day one with The Vision Pro. Everyone's gonna be like, "What?" That's funny, man. Bandai Namco's a partner, so we might get some Tekken updates on Thursday. Devolver, Disney. I thought Disney was a partner for Summer Games Fest.
Kingdom Hearts.
You think?
If Square's there, maybe.
I don't see Square on here. Techland, Steam. No, Square Enix. We might. PlayStation, Samsung Gaming Hub, Niantic, Paradox. There's a lot of names. I don't know who's going to be there, though. And I don't think this confirms that in terms of announcements. Schedule, let's see. Oh, I guess they have a bunch of upcoming events that you can see. Summer game. Oh, they have also
Why
stuff.
does Niantic sound familiar?
People who do Pokemon Go and all the other like clones of that type of genre, you know. Oh, but it's there's some other events here that I didn't put on the Discord events. The Future Game Show is going to be on there too, June 10th.
The hell does that mean?
It's just another
Aren't these all
showcase.
future games.
Yeah, but like some of them are like focused on indies. Some of them are, you know, Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern, and then Capcom showcase on Monday. It's a lot of stuff, man. I don't know. I am just glad that it's announcement time. Announcement season, summer season is great. It's announcement time. Usually they have some crazy stuff to show. I am here for it.
That's another thing that can be shown potentially. I think it's too early since it's only a week out, but they might show gameplay of one of the DLC characters for Street Fighter.
Like
I think it's
DLC or
Yeah, the actual footage besides them announcing the whole season pass.
mm-hmm.
They might show some gameplay. I think Rashid's first, so you'll be covered. By the time you finish the world tour, you have your main out.
Okay. I can't wait to play my main that I've always played and loved. Right? Oh man, if they do show like one more and it shows Adon and Sagat, that's too much. That's a reach. I looked up predictions for the Summer Games Fest proper, just the one on Thursday. Death Stranding 2, which makes sense. So I'm assuming that will make an appearance. City Skylines 2, which I also think makes sense because I think they announced Skylines 2 recently. Life by You, which was that new Sims clone. It's like The Sims, but not made by the EA squad. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth might be shown off there. Baldur's Gate 3, which makes sense because that's been, in early access for a while. It's going to be released in August of this year, so maybe they'll have some more stuff to show. Some people said, okay, so one of the predictions here is Skate 4. And I'm like, maybe, because everyone did really like that announcement because they've been waiting for their Skate. Like we said before, Elden Ring DLC. Oh, the Star Wars FPS game by Respawn. That might be
Starfall.
Yeah, Starfall. Oh, people are saying that Naughty Dog's gonna have an announcement because it's been a while. Thoughts on that?
You think we're gonna be in Shambhala, or you think it's gonna be Last of Us expansion?
I think it's gonna be a Last of Us thing because they've been saying they've been trying to work on a multiplayer version of Last of Us, and then this might be the time.
The reason I think it's that too is because most recent port was Last of Us.
That was. You're right. So maybe they'll have gameplay of the multiplayer. So
What's Naughty Dog made? Crash,
Uncharted, Last of Us. I can go check.
I feel like I'm missing something like glaring.
I'll check for you right here. Wow, they've actually started in 1985. They have a game called Math Jam, Ski Crazed, Dream Zone, Keith the Thief, Rings of Power, Way of the Warrior, Crash
Jack and
Bandicoot,
Daxter.
Jack and Daxter's another. Yeah, that would be cool to get them back in the the whole animated action platformer genre back.
Because they brought back Crash, and then it
Yeah.
was well received to my knowledge. Ratchet's back.
Oh,
Jack's missing.
Ratchet hasn't gone anywhere, dude, because
Mm-hmm.
they've been killing it. Yeah. The only thing that's to be announced is an untitled Last of Us game. I think it's that multiplayer.
It's gonna be called the first of them. It's gonna be a prequel multiplayer game.
And then they're saying Silent Hill 2 remake gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. I don't know. The other people are saying Hollow Knight as well, and I've been waiting for the next Hollow Knight. Oh, some people are saying the CD Projekt Red to make some sort of announcement, or we might see the expansion for Cyberpunk at Summer Games Fest. The one with Idris Elba in it.
I didn't know he was in it.
Yeah, he's one of the. I guess he's one of the main characters, but it's Idris Elba in the expansion, so we might see that.
I gotta be honest with you.
Don't care anymore.
Probably not. With how much shit's on my backlog.
That's fair.
The asterisk there would be if I still haven't seen the show, but if I watch the show and I'm like, yo, I'm ready to chew 'em up again, or whatever the fuck they call each other.
I can see that because the anime itself really feels like it's still Night City and stuff. Like they do a really good job of like the
Night
environment and
City.
everything. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, like it's. I kind of think they did a good job of capturing that city and the types of characters you meet. What else? Yeah, I don't know, man. We'll have to see because there's a lot of stuff that's been in development.
Those 3 games. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know who owns it. I guess they don't own the IP for Crash Bandicoot anymore. But I mean, they worked on Crash Bandicoot. They worked on the Jack series, Uncharted, and Last of Us. So, and I think they own the IP for Jack, but I'm not entirely sure. I should go look that up, actually.
This is pretty unrelated. Who made Max Payne?
Who made Max Payne? Remedy. I think it's the same people who make Control. Let me double check. Sorry.
More Alan Wake content, probably too, right? That's what they're gonna show.
Say again?
More Alan Wake.
Yeah, if they're gonna show any other games, it's gonna be that. I'm sorry, no. Max Payne's owned by. Oh no, they do. It used. Whoa, I'm freaking out. Publishing rights, I think, is Rockstar, but the developers on it has been Remedy, so it might be a Rockstar game. It might be Rockstar IP, man. I don't know for sure.
Time for another GTA.
Yeah, we're way overdue because remember, GTA 5 came out PS3.
So I was in high school when it came out.
Yeah, we are way overdue for a new GTA. So that would be because I would love that, but Rockstar usually doesn't make announcements on these things. They usually just drop hey, like on social media, get ready tomorrow. We have our trailer, and then they just post a YouTube video with their announcement. Like they usually don't attend these things.
Well, for GTA 4, wasn't that at E3 with the tattoo stupid shit?
Yeah, but that's because I think Microsoft had some cash in there. Like, hey man, announce it on our stage. That's back when EA was or E3 was E3. Money was moved around to make sure certain things are announced in certain places. Which I mean that might still be happening now, but yeah, I would love to see if they had a GTA announcement at this Summer Games Fest. Are you kidding me? People will lose their shit.
You think another Red Dead is out of the reach?
For Rockstar, maybe, because unless they have another huge team working on it, because I'm sure all hands on deck for GTA 6.
They could, at least narrative-wise, you just follow the sun.
Oh, you asked if there's a possibility? Yeah, my bad. I thought you
I don't
asked
know
if
if
they
I
were
don't know if that's
making
you
it.
guys asking, but that's just
Yeah,
that was
that's
just what I was.
not like. Do you think it's far fetched that they will announce a new Red Dead?
Oh no, I don't. I think it's far fetched because again, like I don't. I personally think it's all hands on deck on because Red Dead Redemption 2 didn't get a lot of post launch content. That makes me believe they finished it, they released it, they kind of do some events and stuff, and then they moved on to the next thing. And I think now all the Rockstar places, I think, are all working on GTA 6. But that's just me guessing, right?
Or they have another IP, right?
Rockstar, yeah, they have Max Payne, Bully, uh, just
Midnight Club.
Midnight Club. Thank you. They have the table tennis game, that they released on 360. Rockstar has some IP. It's just
Just something I feel like we're overlooking. I don't know why.
from Rockstar.
Yeah.
We can look it up. Rockstar Games franchise.
Do you think they'll make another LA Noir?
Oh, LA Noir was the other one. Thank you.
Maybe not in LA, maybe Chicago or something.
I can see it happening. They might not reuse that tech they used before with the face capture because that apparently that was really expensive for them. So if they do that, it's not going to be with that same tech, which I don't mind because fidelity and character models have gotten really good. It's just the animation's bad, but they might find new tech to figure that out. Oh, I can just go look at all the games they released. That makes sense. Oh, there's also Manhunt, Midnight Club, like Randall mentioned. Smuggler's Run, State of Emergency. They have some IP. Oni is another IP they had, and it looks very anime. Wild Metal. Oh, a new Max Payne would be dope because Max Payne 3 was awesome. But again, I think I'm just guessing, but I think all hands on deck on GTA 6. LA Noir would be really cool. A sequel, or like you mentioned, like Chicago or something, or New York, would be really cool. But I don't know. I think all of them are focused on whatever. GTA 6 might be too big for what it's gonna be. I don't know if they're taking this long to make it, or maybe they had a shift because maybe they were in the middle of making it for like PS4 and the Xbox One, and then now the new console out. So like, oh, let's see if we can bump up some stuff and make it work on the new consoles. I don't know. This is all speculation. Damn, yeah, it has been a while, man. GTA 5, dude.
I don't really know what else to expect.
Now thinking about it, that game was a marvel running on that fucking console. Like that game was really big. Like that was a huge game, and that shit was running on PS3 and 360 back in the day. 360? No, Xbox One. No, 360, right? That's insane. Well, we shall see. I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff I want announced and shown, but the ones that came to mind are those. I need some Hades 2. I need some Hollow Knight. I need some State of Decay 3. Like,
I'm gonna pick one thing from each announcement before next Tuesday. One thing you can have.
one from each section. So Summer Game Fest, Hollow Knight. Xboxes, State of Decay 3. Capcom's, that's a hard one for me. Capcom. No, that's an easy one. You already mentioned it before. We talked about it. A remake like 2, but for 1. So we replay Resident Evil 1, but with like the Resident Evil 2 remake, where it's over the shoulder instead of like that. I would love that because I love what they've been doing with the remakes and stuff. So like like Resident Evil 1 remake, I would love that. What else? What other event am I missing?
I think it was just that.
Ubisoft's. This is the other one.
Oh, it's on Monday.
Ooh, what would I want from Ubisoft? Maybe another.
Division 3.
Yeah, they're already making Division Heartland or whatever. Like, they already have Division stuff announced, so I'm not expecting a Division 3. If I had to think about it, I kind of really liked Immortals. Some more Greek gods to be shown off, and maybe another open world. Maybe
They're
that.
gonna show more Assassin's Creed for sure.
Yeah, the new Mirage. But they also said they're going to show off the other. They have like 3 different Assassin's Creed projects happening. So, Ubisoft. Oh, maybe a new Ghost Recon. I'd be down for that. Because I like Breakpoint a lot. It's really fun. So if they have a new Ghost Recon, open world, military shooter or whatever. I'm missing something though. For Ubisoft, what would I want? What do you want from Ubisoft? Well, I think about this because I'm not. I'm about to load up my Uplay. I think there's a series that I'm obviously missing here.
You want Splinter Cell?
Splinter Cell would be nice, but it's not
the Rainbow Six. To be honest with you, I want another
Ooh.
Vegas.
I see. Yeah, maybe another Vegas would be nice. I'm missing something. I don't know what it is. Tom Clancy is. There's Ghost Recon, Splinter Cell.
There's
Division.
Far Cry.
That's another Far Cry. But I don't know. They've kind of gotten a little bit repetitive, so we'll see. Because it's been, hey, look what expensive actor we can get. And then kind of very similar gameplay. So I'm a little, I don't know, we'll see. I still enjoy the Far Cry series, but that's not something I'd like announced. I think it's definitely maybe a new Ghost Recon. I keep going on.
Forgetting something.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna load up Uplay real quick because
didn't they make Beyond Good and Evil? Would be quite the time to bring that back.
That's been in development for who knows how long. So yeah, some gameplay or some announcement of Beyond Good and Evil 2. That's a good one. That's a really good one. The Prince of Persia game was, I think, canceled at this point. That remake that I think everyone hated, and it's just, I think it's gone.
What do you mean the remake?
They were gonna remake that first Prince of Persia game, remember? And then it's been in development hell, just getting pushed back, and then it got like delayed even further, and I think it's canceled. I don't remember.
That would be cool if they did the cell shaded one, give that a sequel.
Yes,
I like that one a lot.
That one's art style was nice. Ubisoft. What else? I'm missing something. Assassin's Creed is all there. Let me go look up IPs.
Same.
Ubisoft IP wiki or some shit. I don't know what the hell I'm looking for.
New Rayman.
List of Ubisoft games. A new Rayman would be nice. Ooh, a new Brothers in Arms. It's been a long time. That'd be a cool throwback to bring back. But I don't know. I guess everyone's kind of over the whole World War II shooter, so maybe not. Tom Clancy, a lot of, Ghost Recon, Rainbow Six, Splinter Cell. Those are canceled games. What the hell? Oh, I remember Hyperscape.
That's the one with the buildings disappearing?
Yeah. Oh, a new Watch Dogs, maybe. The Crew could be announced. But I don't know how far into the Crew 2 post DLC they're in. Probably a new Rabbids game. Another Just Dance. Yeah, like you mentioned, Far Cry. Another Far Cry probably.
They only published Scott Pilgrim, right?
I think so. They didn't make it. I think it was published by them. What do we got? Rocksmith, maybe.
Allegedly, developers Ubisoft. But
Oh,
I
then
don't know
maybe
if that's the remake though.
It might be the
It says
remake.
initial release date 2010.
Oh, Ubisoft has that Avatar game coming out, so they're gonna show the Avatar game. It's made by Massive Entertainment, so yeah, that's probably what they're gonna show off on Monday, maybe. Oh my God, the fucking Pirate Skull and Bones hasn't even. That needs to be released. I think I don't even know if that's out. So they're definitely gonna show that on Monday. X Defiant X Defiant's gonna be shown.
For Honor Season Pass.
Oh my god, yeah, For Honor, and then also X Defiant because that came out. I think that beta came out this year, and everyone was liking it. So they might have more info on that.
Yeah, allegedly Scott Pilgrim made by Ubisoft.
Oh wait, and then also there might be a Star Wars game shown off because Massive is working on a Star Wars game as well.
So you know
So
what they should do? Put Star Wars
stop.
and that, but then also XCOM.
A Star Wars XCOM, I would be down to play that because there's so many different types of units you can use. Yeah, I would definitely be down for that. Does that exist already? I want to see it. Star Wars XCOM game. Maybe that already exists and we can have our fill. No, there's already websites saying, what if the new Star Wars strategy game is just XCOM 3? So everybody wants the same thing.
That's right, EA made this. Or BioWare. I was gonna say they did announce the Knights of the Old Republic, but that's
That's
EA.
EA. Yeah. I don't think they've announced an EA. Let me look it up. When does EA play? EA Play 2023. Is it this coming soon? No, that's not it. I don't even know where it is. You know, it's probably EA Direct. I forgot what it was called. They have a name for their thing. EA Showcase 2023. Let's do that. Let's see. No, we don't have a date for that, I guess. Yeah, we don't. The only confirmed ones are the PlayStation one, which we saw like a week or two ago. Guerrilla Collective, which is tomorrow. Summer Games Fest, which is Thursday. Day of the Devs, Devolver Digital Accessibility Summer Showcase. I don't know why I said it so sexy. Wholesome Direct. So, they can have a whole direct about wholesome games. That's probably gonna be cool to watch. So you can get new chill games to run on your Switch or something.
They did that last year.
Oh, they did?
Because I think that's where I found. Amongst that, there was a game called Spirit Swap, a lo-fi beats to match 3-2.
Oh,
It hasn't come out yet. It says coming soon the entire time, but maybe it comes out.
okay.
Tell
So
them to release it.
So June 10th, if you want to watch that, I'll see if I can use this page as a way to add the missing events.
June Tao.
So after that, June 10th is Future Game Show. And then June 11th on Sunday is the Xbox Game Showcase with the Starfield stuff. Same day, PC Gaming Show. Then the Monday's going to be Ubisoft's Forward and Capcom's. So, oh man, I'm so excited.
I just need Summer Games Fest, deliver Hades. Microsoft, deliver Fable. Ubisoft, Scott Pilgrim 2.
That would be pretty cool. Or maybe kind of change it up.
Capcom, stop being a liar and bring back Darkstalkers.
I mean, you're saying Year of the Fighter, so this will be another fighter they can add. Right?
I mean, they're trying to fool me. They're like, we got him with a Street Fighter that's actually a full game. I'm gonna get let down. I think I'm just waiting for it.
I mean, you gotta just plan for the worst and hope for the best, bro. You know, just hope that it's gonna be good.
At this point, there's only one company that hasn't let me down, and that's Supergiant. There's two companies that haven't let me down, and the people who make Skullgirls and Indivisible.
Well, you
They
never
changed
know.
their name, so
Supergiant might have made some deal with Mr. Keeley, and Thursday might be the day. You know, just trying to get you hype up. You know, we gotta get excited here. It's all video games for Anywho, that's all I got. I think we kind of have our predictions here. We just gotta wait and see. Spider-Man was awesome as a Nice overview here. Go and watch it, support it. That's how they fund the next one, etc., etc. That movie was awesome. What am I missing here? That's it, right? Anything else we gotta talk about before we wrap this thing up?
Nothing comes to mind.
Okay, nothing on your end, Randall? Alrighty. Well, thank you guys for watching, listening. Both. We'll be back next week with a lot of hype. Hopefully, a lot of hype.
Disappointment.
Or just we're gonna come back next week with a mixture of hype and disappointment. I can feel it in my bone.
It might just be me. We'll find out together.
No, I'm gonna guarantee you right now. I'm gonna come back next week, either hyped or disappointed. Nothing in between. And that's facts. And that's on God. All right. And with that, see ya.